The last of the series is the philosophy, and that is the greatest philosophy of Shankaracharya, Kevala Advaita, only Advaita. So before that, as we usually do, let us chant this unique mantra. Om Bang Me Manasi Pratisthita. May my speech be fixed in my mind. Mano me Vachi Pratisthitam. May my mind be fixed in the speech. Aviravirma Edhi Vedasyama Anisthaha. O Atman, do thou manifest thyself unto me. May my mind and speech be fit to reveal the knowledge. Ritam vadishyami. The right will I speak. Satyam vadishyami. The truth will I speak. Tanmam abatu. May Brahman protect me. Tad bhaktaram abatu. May Brahman protect the preceptor. Om Shanti. 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 Om, peace, peace, peace unto all. Friends, we were discussing the philosophies. Now, in reality, this is the Vedanta. And the Vedanta developed in 3 stages. First stage is creative stage. And this is the fundamental ideas of the Vedanta took shape in the Shrutis of the Upanishad. Now this creative stage means the stage of the Veda. When the people, after having satisfied with this worldly life, they started inquiring about the spiritual life. And when they were inquiring about the spiritual life, they searched everywhere. And it is in the Upanishad they are describing in such a way, Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamaya akritakritena. Now the Brahmana, the intellectual people, they were examining each and everything, this external world, the phenomena. And they were not finding the truth, the answer. What is that answer? What is permanent? From that, everything has come as the chemistry, as the physics is trying to reach to that one. The Vedanta also tried to research on that. Things were going on in different places, different people, different time. They were researching. And then after researching the external world, the air, the ether, and the water, the fire, everything they searched. They didn't get the answer. Then finally, Kaschid dhiraha, a few very intelligent people, Prattak atmanam aikshat, Prattak atmanam, this is the truth of that Atman aikshat, to know about that, Abritta chakshu, amritattamichan, they closed their eyes. They closed their eyes means they withdrew all the sense organs from the sense objects. So this is a beautiful way the Vedanta is developing, just like the science. The science also, they go on tasting different things, experimenting on different things, and when they find the truth applied to everyone, everywhere, in every time, then they declare this is the truth. Similarly, these also different rishis, the seers, the thinkers, they were going on researching on themselves. They researched on the external, and now they dive deep into within themselves. Then they were researching what is there within us. They found two existences. One is the matter, this body, inert. It cannot work, but it is working. Apparently this matter, this body is working, like an engine is working. But the engine is only an engine, but working is the power. Maybe oil, maybe electricity, maybe gas, maybe something, that's the power. So they found this body, and behind the body there is another thing that they termed as Atman. That is the source, that is the power, this is the creative, the formative period of Vedanta, Veda Anta, end of knowledge. So after the lot of researches, then they declared, Srinanta Vishye Amritasya Putraha. Oh, listen, you, in this whole world. Then they are declaring with the full confidence. They have experimented in different times on different people. Same result came. The moment they are withdrawing all their senses from the sense objects, their mind is becoming tranquil. And when the mind is becoming tranquil, wonderful knowledge is revealing. The knowledge of one. And there is no two. So that is the end of all knowledge. They termed as Veda Anta. Now this is over. So that was the formative period, and this has been enshrined, it has been recorded in the Upanishads. And what is Vedanta? Upanishad. Veda Anta, the end of the Veda, Upanishad. And this Upanishad, again the Sanskrit name, always give a wonderful meaning. Upa, near. So they take us near to the truth. They don't say that if you read the Upanishad, you will realize God, or realize Brahman, realize Atman, realize the truth. No. That is your effort. This is the knowledge that we are giving. So we will take you to near to that. Then, achieving or not achieving, understanding or not, depends on you, your capacity. So, Upanishad, they are carrying us near to that Satya, the truth, the one. So, this is called creative stage, and then come systematization. Now, different teachers, we call them rishis, the seers, the thinkers, they developed it, and they had no time to write it down. There was no computer, there was no asset. So what they did, whatever the revelation came, they went on telling it. And they had wonderful students. And they were so sharp. They used to listen and memorize. They used to listen and memorize. You know that our Lord Buddha, in the same fashion, wherever he felt anything, he just said. And many of his very close, those to live very close together, they used to remember it. So the Tripitaka, there's the Buddhist scripture, so that was formed afterwards. His direct disciples sat together and they said, I remember these are the things that Buddha said. I sharply remember, clearly remember. And then another said, I remember these things that happened over there. So they put it together and made Tripitaka. Three Pitaka instructions, that is Buddhism. Here we find that these students, they were listening, they were remembering, and then they were teaching to the others. So it got the name Sruti, only hearing. The Sanskrit word Sruti, listening, hearing. And when you are listening, when you are hearing, you are remembering each and every word of it. So that is called Shruti. And where from that knowledge came? From realization. It's not that he was thinking, imagining. He was realizing the truth and it was coming out. So they say, apaurushaya, Veda apaurushaya. That means no human being has created it. So then the rishis are human beings. They are, of course. But it is not their creation, it is their revelation. It's their knowledge that revealed within their mind. How it is possible? When we look at the scientist, they are researching. Is it that the machine is giving the result? No, his thought. It reveals all these things, and that is also materialistic thing. It has very easy, something we know. If you are putting sugar into water, it is becoming sweet. All the result we know. But in the spiritual thing, you do not know what is going to happen. Because it is your own mind. And then you are putting within that mind, what is the result? You have to research your own mind. And mind is so deceiving you all the time in all steps. And then they are controlling the mind, revealing. So they revealed, but the problem, next generation, those disciples, they were memorizing and they knew it, but the problem is different teachers in different fashions, they gave the same truth. Some, they made it small stanzas and in a poetical form. And some through stories, some through statements. Now the problem is, which teacher is best? So another great person came, Veda Vyasa, Vishala Buddhe. In Sanskrit they say, he has a great intellect. Vishala, great. Buddhi, intellect. Then he trained some of his students and asked them to go out and search and got all those things, collected all those things, brought it back. Then they were analyzing which is what. And many things also, that when you are going to search for something, something has happened, you go. Yesterday we saw, I don't know whether it has come in the news or not, the CNN, I used to love to listen, but CNN now, it has become only discussion, no news. Only discussion. Yesterday we saw a huge truck completely burned. No news here. Only discussion is going on, what will happen, etc. But anyway, I listen to that to learn the American pronunciation of the English. So that helps me to do that. So here, the news, the many people are going over there. They are giving the news. They are observed, they saw, then they are giving the news, but various. Someone reached in the beginning, someone was present at the time of the thing happening, so the information is all different way. The same thing happened. So they were analyzing. That is called the second phase of Vedanta, systematization. And in the system they brought one thing, Brahma Sutra. The Brahma, that is the ultimate. We will come to that. Brahman is the ultimate truth which never changes and from which everything has come which changes. From the unchanging, things have come, things are produced which is changing. So this is very unique way how it is, and all the, naturally you have to explain it. That gentleman, Veda Vyasa, he collected all those things, and with the help of his students, he analyzed, systematized that, and he told this is the way we have to go. How? He begins with, we will study that too. The Brahma Sutra, Athato Brahma Jigyasa, he begins with that. Now let us start discussion over Brahman. So it goes like that. So this Athatu Brahmajika, now here itself we will discuss about the Brahman. So before that so many things you have to have, otherwise how you will know the Brahman? If you go to listen to the lecture of a great scholar, like maybe the physicist, you should have a background of physics, otherwise how will you know? He will be going on telling or making a round and putting like this. What is all those things he is going on telling? And sometimes if you go to listen to that classical, Indian classical music, the same thing happens. If you don't have the idea of the notes, and why he is doing like this? Let him sing. He is singing, why? You see, he is singing, but the problem is, first is it's called alapa. He is making it slowly. Then he is coming. So you need the training. So the training part will come afterwards, but here it comes systematization. For the training, the philosophers came, one after another. I am talking about the Vedanta. The different philosophers came, and then the third stage is elaboration. So first stage is creative stage. The rishis they did. Second stage, systematization, that the Vedavyasa did and his disciples. And third, elaboration. Here the comparative, that's called bhashyas, commentaries came, and they were giving the commentary, explaining things, why it has said in this way. And we have already discussed the 5 schools of Vedanta. The moment we say Vedanta, immediately, because of its popularity, we immediately think, oh, it is like the Advaita Vedanta. No, they have 6 schools. Those who are attending, so you know that it is 5 schools, 6 schools are there. We have already studied 5. So don't mix it with the philosophy, Indian philosophy. There are also 6. The 6 systems of Indian philosophy. We have already studied that. And then when the last school came, Advaita, then again 6 systems, 6 schools, 6 philosophers. They are describing a thing in a different way. Why? Because analyzing a very difficult thing, something which is having no two, something which never moves, never changes. Out of that, all this world with multi differences, how it came, how it is possible? That is the question you have to answer. Then the greatest mystery is the human being. The human being is having its intellect, its mind, and also the body, the physical body. When the physical body, the mind or the intellect or the something which is there, which we call it prana, the life force, when it is absent, then we bury the body or we cremate the body. So the body is nothing. Inside the body, consciousness, how it is possible? So all these tricky questions they have to answer. So different people came with different answer. So different schools it became. Last thing, school that we are going to study is Kevala Advaita. Kevala means only. Advaita means no two. It is only one. And it is also known as monism. Monism of Shankaracharya. Now, this formidable doctrine developed through Gaudapada. We will learn to Gaudapada also, just to get an idea. And these persons, Shankara also giving some chances. But Gaudapada says, why this world has not been created at all? Why you are thinking about that? Then who are we? No, you are nothing. You are the Brahman, unnecessarily thinking yourself that you are a human being. That's the wrong thing. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is giving a wonderful example that a lion, it was born in the midst of the goats. So the lion was growing up like a goat, like the goats. He was also eating the grasses, he was also bleating like the goats, and moving like that, all the time afraid. Another lion came, and he found he was going to catch his food from this earth. Then suddenly he saw another lion is moving like that. Right? How it is? He is eating the grasses, and there are so many tasty foods all around. All the goats are there, but he is not tasting them, and he is eating only the grass. How come? He came and caught hold of him, and he was bleating. Oh, Are you are a lion, why you are crying? No, I am not lion, I am a goat. So the lion took him, dragged him to a pond, showed him, see, me, I and you are the same. So the moment he saw that, and then he roared like the lion, the jungle vibrated. He is the king of the jungle, and he was living like that. Giving this example, it says, you are the God, Supreme God, encased in this body because of your ignorance. So you are the God, and that you have to manifest, that you have to develop. So Shankara belongs to this school of Gaudapada. Gaudapada came in 7th century, then his disciple Govindapada, and his disciple is Shankara. He was born in a village in Kerala, the southern part of India. It was a beautiful village. I went over there. We have an ashrama just by the side of the Shankaracharya, and there's a beautiful river is also there. The Shankara, right from his birth, his parents, they were, as usual in the Indian parents, they will always go to the God for their son, daughter. So, oh God, please give us a son. His father was praying. That the Shiva appeared and told, okay, I will give you a son. Now, two options. One, a son will be very famous, but very short-lived. Another son will be there, of no use, but he will live 100 years. Whom you want? Then the parents decided, okay, now it's true that we will feel tremendous pain, but we want a son who is just like you. The Shankara means the Shiva. He was born. The father died. Slowly one bondage was over. Then the mother. The Shankara was attached to the mother. Mother was taking care of the child, and he was growing up. When he was only 7 years old, he memorized all this Vedanta and Veda, completed, because his lifespan was very short. He has to do a lot of things. He knew it. But the mother was not allowing him. No, you are the only son, you have to marry, I like to see the grandchildren of the mother. So I have another mission. I cannot do that, but mother won't leave. So the Shankara made a tricky thing. He went to bathe along with the others in that river, and in the river wherefrom the crocodile came. A huge crocodile came and caught the Shankara. Then the mother was there on the bank, and Shankara told, Mother, this crocodile is going to eat me, and I want to take sannyasa. This is the last option. Please give me permission so that I can take the sannyasa, atura sannyasa, the last sannyasa, then I can die happily. What to do? The mother, perplexed, he said, okay boy, you get the sannyasa. The moment Shankara uttered the sannyasa mantra, the crocodile left. And the poor mother told, oh, this good that crocodile didn't eat you. Come. I said, no, mother, I have already uttered the mantra of sannyasa. I cannot go to any house. I will live in the outside of the house. Sannyasis are not supposed to live in any household. So that's why they used to live in the outside. So they were, then from there the mother told, so what will happen to me if you are taking the sannyasa? Shankara promised, whenever you will remember me, I will be here. He had tremendous power. And the young boy started, you need a guru, you need a preceptor, you need a master, you need a guide. Otherwise it is impossible in the spiritual life. Shankara knew everything. Even then he started searching for his guru with the permission of his mother. He came out, he was searching, he was going to all places. Then he made the last time the Govinda Pada. Pada means the respected one. His name was Govinda. He gave him the mantra. Then afterwards, sannyasa, and slowly he started practicing Advaita Vedanta. At that time, India was covered by the ideology and the philosophy of Lord Buddha. Why? Because the kings were accepting that. The rulers always, they try to grab some ideology along with the economy and the military power. If there is an ideology by which we can control the people, why not? So majority of not that is a love for religion, is love for his own power. So all the rulers in that time, they were accepting Buddhism, many of the rulers. So Buddhism was sweeping all over the India, and it was not the Lord Buddha's original thing, different type of Buddhist explanation was coming, and they were telling this Sunyavada. Shunya is completely different. One part of the Buddhist school, they say, nothing was there. From that, everything has come. The problem is, we will find here also, all the philosophers, they're confused all the time, where from many came. If it is one, from one, if all the many, so many are coming, then it's going on increasing and increasing, because world, the population and everything is increasing. How it is possible? So they're confusing. Philosophically they could not answer. They said, from the shunya, there was nothing, suddenly this thing has come. Shankara came and then re-established Hinduism on a very strong basis. He went on arguing, fighting, they used to call. Tarka Yuddha. Yuddha means the fight, war, and not with the sword or fire, but with the intellect. And they were also putting forward all their, whatever they could explain. Shankara was going on cutting them, so they were accepting him all over, right from the Himalaya, from down to the South Sea, and eastern part and western part, everywhere. This young man, he traveled. He traveled on foot, and he stayed outside. In those days, the sannyasins. So this way, he spreaded this Vedanta and revitalized the Hinduism, saved Hinduism. So once again the Hinduism came, the basic Hinduism, which is called Sanatana Dharma. Then ultimately they say, in the top of the Himalaya, he gave up his body and different type of. In the meantime, he was a very good organizer also. Thousands of sannyasins were there, the recluses. They used to come out of their home and offer the dharma to realize God, but all individual. So naturally there was no unity. This is the Shankaracharya who formed first Dasanami Sampradaya. Dasanami, the 10 different names of the sannyasins. So different names came. The Puri Sampradaya, that means we belong to the Puri. And Puri means those who live in the towns and near to the towns, near to the people, going and helping them to develop spirituality. So like this, Nadi, Pahad, like that, in the hills. So 10 types of Hindu sannyasins. And he gave them that these are the things that you have to practice. Slowly this organization came that is really very unique. And afterwards, this Shankaracharya, he wrote commentaries on 3 Prasthanatraya. You know that I told many times when we were explaining Prasthana, this means exit, like that. Prasthanatraya, 3 exits. Exit from where? From this life, from this bondage, from this ignorance, misconception that we are bound, from their exit. And for these 3 are, and We know that one is Upanishad, another is Brahma Sutra, and Bhagavad Gita. These three he explained, and that is called Prasthanatraya Vyakhya. He explained all this, and it became established. And what is the pivotal point of the Advaita Vedanta? Brahma Satyam. Brahman is the ultimate truth, only reality. Advaitic theory, the one reality, is based on why suddenly Shankara is telling like this? Can he say? No. He must have the support of the scripture. Without the support of the scripture, nothing can be established. So whenever in India we used to speak, we have to quote from the scripture. Suppose I like to say something, you have to quote from the scripture, otherwise people won't listen to you. And here they say, don't quote so much Sanskrit, people will be confused, they won't come to you. So, no. I have seen that you people enjoy. Most of the people, they like it because Sanskrit has a wonderful the way, the rhythmic way. And slowly, when you are going on hearing, not that we are very scholar in Sanskrit, only when you joined, we started learning like this. And slowly the wonderful sound, the rhythmic sound of the words, mesmerizes the people. So this, they say, it depends on, Shankara's philosophy depended on a quote from the Upanishad, and it says, Tad eva, tad that eva, truly. That means the reality, truly. Idam agra asit. It was in the idam, this world, agra, in the beginning, asit. That was in the beginning of this creation. What is that? Ekam, one. Eva is stressing only. Aditiyam, without any two. Only one was there without any two. And it was there in the beginning of the creation. So obviously, the creation came out of that. It was the only reality. Now we have to keep in mind two things. First, that was before the creation of this universe. We have the conception of the universe. But what was before this universe, before this world of multiplicity, we don't have that conception. And they called it is only one. And then to stress on that, if you say one, to stress on that, they say aditiyam, there's no two. If you say one, that means there is no two. But even then, they were stressing ekam, eva, aditiyam, the only one, and there was no two. Why they said like that? Again, in a very subtle way of analyzing. These Brahmanas, I don't know what they used to eat, they were so intelligent. The moment you say anything, immediately they will point out, Acha, you are talking about the one, right? Yes. The one means like a cow among the horses. Is that like that? Cow is one. Among the horses, there are many horses are there, and there is only one cow. Do you mean like that? No. This is called Bijatiya Veda. Bijatiya Veda. And there are, Bijati means different. That means all the horses are there, but the cow is one. No, not like that. Then Sajatiya Veda. All cows are there. Do you mean that white cow among all the black cows? Not like that. So, Sajatiya. Sajati means your own species. The same species of that one is different. Do you mean like that? No. Okay, we have understood. Like a one human being having 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, two legs like that? No. Sajatiya, Bijatiya, and last called Swagata Veda. Swagata means the only one, and there is no two, but he is having different limbs. Do you mean like that? No, not like that. So this is the beauty. It is only one and no two, and the conception of one is just one. You cannot take out something out of it, nothing, just one. So this is the what they say, Tadeva Soumya. Soumya means, oh dear one. Because one young man came and he was asking this question, who created this world? What was there before this creation? To answer very lovingly, affectionately, the teacher is addressing that student as a Soumya, oh dear one. Soumya, a translation of the Soumya means a beautiful one. So, oh Soumya, oh beautiful one, oh, so dear one, that there was only one thing without any two before the creation. And we find the same thing also, this is in the Chandogya Upanishad. And we also find that in the Rig Veda. Rig Veda also said, the Indra, the king of the gods, he was taking different forms. He was actually one. And he became many. How? Through the Maya, Mayabi. He was empowered with some power, some technique by which he was creating himself many. That means one which has created many. So from there it has come. If the reality is one and without second, then what is this world of multiplicity? The question came. If you are telling that from one everything has come, now tell me where from this came. Shankara then putting forward, friends, you have to bear with me because these are the terminologies. Otherwise we won't be able to understand the Shankara. It says, Anir Bachaniya Khyati. The word is Anir Bachaniya. Anir Bachaniya means you cannot explain. And Khyati, cognition. Erroneous cognition. By mistake it became one. The one became many by mistake. So Anir Bachaniya Khyati, that is the term he has used. So erroneous cognition. How it is? Shankara took the help of Rig Veda. In the Rig Veda it says, Indra, that's the king of gods, Mayabi. And he is the Mayabi. He was a magician, as if a magician. Puru Rupa Iyate. In the Rig Veda it says, his Puru Rupa Iyate. Rupa means forms. Puru, different varieties. And Iyate, he was taking different forms. One, Indra, and it is giving an example, not the Indra was actually doing. And Indra had the capacity, had the power to take different forms. So Indra, the king of gods, Puru Rupa Iyate, he was taking different forms. How? Through magic, as if the magical power. So Maya be, this Maya, this is the word Shankara picked up to explain the creation. Again, then the Shetashatra Upanishad, it says, Mayam tu prakritim vriddhi, Mayam tu prakritim vidvat, Mayim tu Maheshwara. Now, this is the third support of Shankara's explanation. Now the word again and again coming in Rig Veda, the Mayabi, and in the Shetashatra Upanishad also it says Mayam. What is this Maya? That is Prakriti. What is this Prakriti? This universe, this phenomena. So this phenomena that you see is nothing but the Mayam. Mayam tu prakritim viddhi. Viddhi means know. You must know that these phenomena, this nature of multiplicity is nothing but the Maya. And the Maya is an action. So who is acting? Mayavi. Who is acting? Maheshwara. He is the Supreme God. So this is how they explain. Shankara, he utilized this conception of explanation for his philosophy, in his philosophy, as creation. How the creation came? Now friends, you know the three things: creator, creation and the relation. The creator is Brahman. Everyone is telling like that. All Vedanta, they say Brahman. And what is Brahman? We will come to that. The Brahman is completely one, without second. It never changes, it never moves. It is eternal. And you cannot explain, you cannot say anything about Brahman because it is beyond time, space and causation. So it goes like that. So this is, Shankara took that and he said, Maya is the cause for this creation. It is not Brahman. It is the Maya which is the cause of this creation. The Shankara's explanation of creation is, this world, this universe, this multiplicity was created. And in the multiplicity, then there are two. One is consciousness, another is unconscious. Two things. All came from the Brahman through Maya. It is not real. So we will be explaining. Maya is the power of God. And Shankara's God is again different. He is using the word God, Ishvara, but that God is again different. If the Brahman is there, where from the Ishvara came? So again and again, we have to keep in mind, the Shankara is telling there is only one. The moment he is trying to tell that this thing happened, who did it? Ishvara. Then do you mean Brahman is separate, Ishvara is separate, two entity? No. So constantly going back and forth, explaining and going back to the original, there is only one, that is Brahman and nothing else. And from the Brahman, through the magical power of Brahman, the power of Brahman. Now the Brahman do not do anything. How then? That same Brahman, from the same Brahman, a lower entity comes, that is called Ishvara. And that Ishvara is translated into English as God. That this Brahman, so one is the Supreme Brahman, another is a little lower Brahman. So the Brahman with attributes, Brahman without attributes, all this in details maybe in the next class we will discuss. Here it says, the world of duality evolved out of non-dual reality. Evolved out of non-dual reality, the Brahman, through the power of Maya. Through the power of Maya. Now there is a roll, a film roll was there. If you go in the movie hall, there is a roll and that is hanging in a machine. Nothing is there. Only one, a roll like this, and the film is there. Now you go, purchase the ticket, sit over there, and the moment it starts moving through that particular machine, and that is projecting that film, and huge movement is going on. A story is building on that. And we see that for 3 hours, forgetting that there are popcorns I purchased, I have to eat. And this is mandatory that you have to purchase popcorn when you are entering into, otherwise you cannot enjoy the movie. So the popcorn remained on my hand, I couldn't eat it. And why this? Because the Maya. What is that Maya? That particular focus. If the focus was not there, the light was not there, then it was remaining as it is. There is only one roll was there, film roll. that's all. And now it is focused on what? On the screen. Unless and until there is one unmoving thing, it cannot be shown. So obviously that unmoving one thing is Brahman, on which through the power of Maya, this creation is going on. And suddenly the time is over. There's a light, everything is over, you have to go out, things are all done. Again you see, oh, this is the same thing. Then what I was seeing, Shankara told, this is your ajnana. You projected the whole universe that way. Now you have come back to knowledge, and that is the only thing that you must have. So that is called Drik and Drishya. Drik means the one who is the seer. I see the movie. And what I see? The movie, Drishya. So Drik, Drishya, Viveka. There's a wonderful book, very small book, a few pages. But the great book of Advaita Vedanta, Drik, Drishya, Viveka. The Drik, Drishya, Viveka, and one of our young Swami, he is explaining this Drishya, and he was a teacher of Vedanta. And he explained very wonderful way, and his followers are thousands, 12,000 like that follows. And my followers is 12 only. Only 2 zeros that is missing. But anyway, this Drik, Drishya, Viveka, what is the Drik? You, I, the seer who is observing. What is the Drishya? That is happening all around us, the phenomena. So this is the only thing. Suppose you don't see, what happens? Suppose I don't see, what happens? Nothing. So it depends on the seer. If you don't see, there is only one, nothing happened. And if you see, it happens. So this is the Drik Drishya. How does Brahman? Now, the Brahman has been termed as Atman also. The Brahman and Atman, the one without a second, the indivisible reality appear divided in being an object? This is the question. Object means the matters, and being the conscious. The something is conscious, something is not conscious. So how it is possible? How the one is projecting it? Then the Shankara says, Brahman or Atman appear as many, and Maya creates these phenomena. So the Shankara's answer is Maya. When you are asking how from one which is not two, how all this thing came? Shankara's answer is Maya. Shankara's this anirvachaniya khyati, erroneous, there's a cognition, anirvachaniya khyati, erroneous cognition. The example is perceiving snake in a rope. There was a rope only, but you saw the snake. The next man came and, hey, why you are shouting? The snake. Snake? There's a rope only. Maybe I left it. Same thing, one person sees in one way, another person is another way. How it is possible? If it was a real transformation, each and everyone would have seen the same thing the same way. How it is that one seeing it in this way, another seeing in the other way? Because of the knowledge. So there is ignorant and there is another knowledgeable person. So this is the way one of our first student, in Arunachal Pradesh, I told this story to you, and they are the tribal people, the first generation, they were coming to school, and that was terrible for them. They are open, they're all the time outside, living in a happy. Suddenly, they were forced to come to the school, living in the dorm, and then going to the bathroom and doing this and disciplined life. That was impossible for them. They never liked. But one thing, one boy told, now he is now the leader of that clan, He told that the first day when I came, one thing I was impressed, my teacher came, put his hand on the wall, and the whole room became lighted. It was all dark. Without doing anything, he just put the hand on the wall and it became lighted. So I decided, when the school will close in the summer vacation, I will take that bulb. And I did that. Secretly, I took the bulb and told the father and the uncles and many of the villagers, they came. I told, I am going to show you the miracle. Hang this bulb over there in the room. Wait for the dark. And then when the evening will approach, I will show you the magic. Everyone was waiting patiently. Then when the dark came, the evening came, he told that let us enter into the room. And he entered just like his teacher and put his hand on the wall. Nothing happened. Because there was no switch, there is no electricity, how the bulb will burn? Then his father told, what your teacher does? He comes and put the hand like this. Then his father started beating the wall, and the uncles also came and joined. Nothing happened. Then much afterwards, he understood the secret of that. Electricity is necessary. So ignorance and knowledge. The same thing when you are with knowledge, it comes in a different way. Without knowledge, it comes in a different way. And that is exactly what Shankara says. This is the knowledge, if you acquire, if you get, you are free. So Drik and Drishya, you are the master, you are the seer, you are creating this world. But it depends on how you create your own world. How you create your own world. The one small little boy, he was alone in the house. A thief came and he looked at the boy, innocent boy, he was playing, sitting on the floor. And the thief understood that he won't understand anything. So he went on picking different things from different rooms. Then the boy was also following him. Uncle, this is here, this is there. He was showing them. They're not knowing that this is a thief and he is taking it all. Then he showed, Uncle, I will show you one thing you have missed. See, my father's telephone, he always keeps under the pillow. So it is here. So that also the thief too. And he was very happy. Uncle has taken everything. When the parents returned back and told, hey, what is it? If nothing is there in our room. One uncle came, he took it all. He was very happy that uncle took it. Why? Because he was not having the idea of this theft. Completely free, open mind. So what you see and do depends on your knowledge. That is exactly what Shankara is telling. Because of the erroneous, by mistake, cognition, mixing, all these things are happening. So two actions take place because of this ignorance. Friends, I will come to that because of the Avarana, Vikshepa. This is a unique way of explaining. It's not simply they are imposing, these are the things you must believe, or you are not a Hindu, not like that. They are giving the example and also how to understand these, how it is happening. We will go through these pages maybe then the next class. If you have any question about it, so we can understand that obviously this is a great subject, the great knowledge. The moment we really understand Advaita, all differences vanishes. All the religions, all the cultures in different country, all can be unified only through Advaita. You need not to change your culture, you need not to change your religion or faith, you need not to change anything. Only you have to believe one thing, understand one thing, that this is the knowledge to understand the reality. The moment you understand that, then you will take out your glasses which was tinted, and you were seeing the enemies, you were seeing the foreigners, you were seeing different people. Moment you remove that glass and you see nothing but the consciousness in every being as the consciousness within me. So there is no difference. Advaitin, Vedantin, cannot say he is different and I am different. It is not possible. If he says like that, he is not an Advaitin. So samadharshitva, unification comes not because of just in an emotional way, oh, they are also good people, we are also come, not like that, with a strong philosophy based on knowledge. So if you have any question, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we can ask and we can try to answer. Yes, sir, Doctor.
Some of the intellectual understanding of this philosophy to the extent possible and get convinced and have a good conviction of the knowledge of this Vedanta, which is at that stage, but to make it as one's own experience.
Yeah.
That is where the problem comes.
See, this is true. I know, and he's a doctor. So to become a doctor, a practitioner in medicine, how much study you did. And since from your background is Indian and you came to America, things changed. So much patience you had, so much practices you did, then only you are accepted person as a doctor. And similarly, abhyasa, abhyasa, abhyasa. You have to practice, practice and practice. How? We will come to that. It's just like this. The Guru says, Tattvamasi, you are that. And you are going on discriminating. Why Guru said like that? You are, that means you are the God, you are the Brahman. They don't say the God, they don't say he or she. They say that because it is the consciousness. It is not gender. There is this the consciousness. The consciousness, it is you. But I don't feel like that. You have to discriminate. You have to discriminate. You have to discriminate. And that is the long, long practice. And Shankara emphasizes, here itself in this life, you have to realize. Some people they say, no, after death also it is possible. Shankara, no. In this life you have to enjoy. No krama mukti. Krama means maybe afterwards, slowly you will get the mukti. Shankara said, no, here only. Jivan mukti. When you are leaving, you realize this is possible. Practice only. Any other question? Wow, very good then. So let us chant the Shanti and then we will conclude. Friends, we will once again discuss the second part of Shankara philosophy, Kevala Advaita, only this reality, and how the only one reality becomes many. So that we will discuss in our next class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Why we always say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti? This peace is the goal of human life. Suppose you become a big person in the society, but there is no peace in your mind. You can't sleep without the medicine. What is then life for? So it is the peace. And it is the happiness. And the peace comes when you understand that except me, there is no one. So why should I be jealous? Why should I be angry? And why should I feel that I am not getting this or getting that? Or I am going to lose? Nothing is going to happen. I am eternal. So no fear of death, no fear of separation. then only comes the Shanti. And the problem comes from the nature, so we pray to him, be happy with me. Problem comes with the neighbor or the people all around us, please be happy with me. Problem comes in the body itself, oh God, make me perfect in the body. Like that only, peace, peace, peace. That's why 3 times we utter the word peace. Thank you very much.